Here are the tests on my 1995 Procemex toilet. It is set to the water line, which isn't actually a line. If you look right there, it says nivel de agua, which means water level in Spanish, and it just has that arrow. So I set it to the tip of the arrow. And also another thing is I have it using a Kohler flapper. The original would have been one like this, but obviously this is no good anymore. This is actually from a 1998 Orion toilet, and so the Kohler is the closest I'm going to get that actually works. So anyway, let's give this a flush and see how it does on tests. The flush is kind of interesting. It seems like it has problems siphoning. I think that might be an issue for the performance, but I guess we'll see how that goes. For the first test, let's see if it can take a washcloth. This is the same design as the Capizzi and the Titan Euroflow, so honestly, there's a good chance it won't pass, but I still think it will. It did perfectly as expected. Well, not really as expected, but it did perfectly. And honestly, I must say I'm a little bit surprised. Now, let's see if it can take a grocery bag. I think this will fail. Toilets with small trapway openings do not like grocery bags. Well, there you have it. It clogged. I'm going to empty the rest of the water out of the tank. Not terrible. I'm actually kind of surprised by that. To be honest, this toilet doesn't really seem like a bad performer from these tests, but if you look at the size of the opening, there's no way that could function on normal use well. I bet whoever had this had to plunge it a lot. I'm going to try the bag again just to see if I can make it pass perfect. Let's see how it does. It took it in one flush. That's not bad. Now, let's see if it can take a washcloth and a grocery bag together. So, I was thinking about it. What toilets have I tested that failed a grocery bag? And what vintage toilet specifically? And I'm remembering my 1986 Kilgore Apex, and I think an 80s Cadet didn't do so well. So, that is two vintage toilets that this Procemex has outperformed. That is a little weird. But anyway, let's see if it can take a washcloth and a grocery bag together. It actually tried. It's actually partway in the trap. I am really surprised. I don't think it's going to go any further than that, but that is really surprising. Imagine, this is what the Capizzi could have been, but someone decided that it was a good idea to flush that little cap from the flush valve down through the tank, and it clogged up a little hole right here which made the whole toilet weak, and that is why it was so bad. So, I'm going to pull this out. And I'm just going to leave it like that and see if it can take it. How is it even getting anywhere past the opening? That's my question. Obviously it's clogging hard, but how is it getting past the opening at all? That is really, really strange. This toilet is definitely full of surprises. Now let's see if it can take a dish towel. Watch it perfect past this. I would be really surprised if it did. See, that's what I was expecting it to do with the washcloth in the grocery bag. I didn't expect it to get any further than that. The outlet at the bottom is actually like that big. It's a really huge outlet. I might have dissected one of these. Yeah, I dissected the Titan Euroflow. So you guys can see how big the opening actually is on the bottom of these toilets, which is really weird. But anyway, I am going to give it another flush, and I'm just going to angle the dish towel and hold it as it flushes and see if it can fit through there. That's too small. Just way too small, the trapway opening. So overall, the performance is not bad. It's not bad on the tests. I definitely wouldn't trust it on normal use, since tests and normal use are very different. But this was a really interesting toilet to get, and I'm glad I did get it. One thing I will be doing is when I test the 1980 Crane Radcliffes that I also got from this same house, I am going to see how well they do in comparison. Obviously, those are way better toilets, but I'm just interested to see how they compare on tests. But anyway, let's get started with the next test and see if it can take dirt. I skipped the clogged siphon jet tests because in the past when I've had toilets with these upward angled siphon jets, the piece of paper towel that I put in there gets stuck really hard and it's nearly impossible to get out. So I'd rather not risk it. But anyway, let's see how it does on dirt. The bowl rinse actually looks promising. I mean, it's not terrible. Maybe a little bit. Overall, that rinse is not bad. There's this little part here. I think there might just be an off-centered rim jet. Yeah, those just go straight. They don't even swirl. So that's a manufacturing flaw. But overall, the flush and the bowl rinse was very good on this toilet. I never thought that a Procemex toilet would be this good. Honestly, I'm just totally surprised. I'm definitely not going to smash this toilet, and the only way I'm going to get rid of it is by giving it to BTR Plumbing, which is the most likely way that I will this toilet will leave my collection. So anyway, that is all for these tests. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe and turn on notifications. It helps my channel a lot and I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video.